There's something strange about procrastination that nobody really talks about. People say you're lazy, people say you don't care, people say you lack discipline. But here's the truth most people never admit. You don't procrastinate because you're weak. You procrastinate because something inside you is trying to protect you. You might not believe that yet, but give me just a few minutes because I'm going to show you procrastination from a perspective you've never heard before. This perspective will make you go, wait, so it wasn't my fault. This was why I kept getting stuck. Now, by the end of this video, you won't just understand procrastination better, you understand yourself better. And that's the point. Not motivation, not empty hype, not cliches. Real clarity that makes procrastination lose its power over your life. Now, let's begin. So, the first part is the secret truth you've never been told. Most people think procrastination is the act of delaying something important, but that's not really it. Procrastination is your mind whispering, I am not ready for the emotional consequences of doing this task right now. Let me break that down. Your mind doesn't fear the task. It fears failing, succeeding, being judged, feeling stupid, making the wrong decision, disappointing yourself, not living up to the version of you that exists in your head. You procrastinate not because the task is hard, but because the emotions attached to it feel heavy. That's why you can scroll for hours, watch videos for hours, talk about your goals for days. But the moment you sit down to do the thing, your body suddenly tells you, I'm tired. Not now. I'll start tomorrow. Let me clean my room first. It's not laziness. It's emotional resistance. Once you understand this, everything changes. The second part to this is the 7 hidden roots of procrastination. These are unique, deep, and rarely discussed. So the first thing is you procrastinate because your brain is overprotective. Your brain's job is survival, not success. It wants comfort, safety, predictability, anything that feels unfamiliar or risky. Even if it's good for your future, your brain treats like danger. So when you want to, start a business, write an exam, message someone important, go to the gym, learn a new skill, ask for what you want, your brain says, what if this goes wrong? What if you fail? And procrastination becomes your shield. Your escape route. It's not protecting your dreams, it's protecting your comfort. Number 2, you procrastinate because you think the task must be done perfectly. Most procrastinators are not lazy. They are perfectionists in disguise. The fear sounds like this. If I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. Here's the irony. Your desire for perfection freezes you. You dream big, but act small. You want to write the perfect chapter, create the perfect business plan, make the perfect decision. So instead of starting, you wait until you feel ready. And that day never comes. Because readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a decision. Thirdly, you procrastinate because you carry too much emotional tabs open. Ever open your phone and had 30 tabs running in the background? That's you. That's you mentally. You have unresolved conversations, unfinished goals, unhealed memories, old mistakes haunting you, decisions you've avoided for months. Your mind is overloaded, and when the mind gets crowded, it shuts down, just like a phone that gets too hot. It freezes. So your procrastination isn't lack of effort. It's mental overflow. Your brain is saying, please, close some tabs. So the fourth thing is you procrastinate because your identity hasn't upgraded yet. This one hits people hard. Your actions always match your identity. If deep down you still see yourself as the inconsistent one, the unprepared one, the one who never finishes things, the one with bad habits, the one who isn't capable, you will subconsciously sabotage yourself to stay consistent with that image. Every time you try to rise to a new level, your old identity drags you back like gravity. Procrastination is not a habit, it's an identity that you haven't questioned yet. Number 5, you procrastinate because pleasure is immediate and pain is delayed. Let's be honest. The things that help your future often don't feel good in the moment. And the things that hurt your future often feel great instantly. Scrolling, instant pleasure. Working, delayed reward, eating junk, instant pleasure, eating healthy, effort, relaxing, immediate comfort, learning, mental stretch. Your brain loves now more than later. So procrastination becomes your shortcut to avoid present discomfort. But here's the catch. Pleasure now creates pain later. Pain now creates pleasure later. Successful people choose their discomfort. Procrastinators avoid theirs. So number 6, you procrastinate because you're overwhelmed, not unmotivated. You don't avoid tasks because you're lazy. You avoid them because you don't know where to start. The task feels too big. The outcome feels too far. You're scared of choosing the wrong approach. And when your brain can't see a clear first step, it chooses the easiest step. Avoidance. Once you break tasks into tiny steps, procrastination loses its grip instantly. Number 7, you procrastinate because there is a part of you that doesn't believe you deserve the life you want. This is the deepest root, and most people won't admit it. Sometimes you procrastinate because the life you dream of feels too big for the version of you standing in the mirror. You think, who am I to aim that high? What if I'm not good enough? What if I get it and lose it? What if I try and it doesn't work? So you avoid starting, not because you can't, but because success feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels scary. Procrastination is often self-doubt dressed as I will do it later. The third part of this video is the internal war you never knew you were fighting. When you procrastinate, 2 versions of you go to war. The version of you that wants growth versus the version of you that wants comfort. One says, I want to get better. I want more for my life. The other whispers, let's stay the same. It's safer. This internal battle is why you feel tired, even when you did nothing at all. Internal conflict drains more energy than any physical activity ever could. You are not exhausted because you're busy. You're exhausted because you are emotionally divided. The fourth part to this is why traditional motivation never fixes procrastination. Motivational videos tell you, just do it. Push harder. Stop being weak. And for a moment, you feel unstoppable. Then the next day, you're back to the same habits. Why? Because motivation talks to the part of you that wants change. But procrastination lives in the part of you that fears change. You can't solve an emotional problem with motivational noise. You solve it with understanding. When you understand why you procrastinate, procrastination loses its power. The fifth part of the video is the 3 types of procrastinators. Which one are you? These are unique categories based on psychology, not cliches. The first one is the overthinker. You analyze everything until the task becomes intimidating. Your brain wants certainty before action, but certainty only comes after action. Number 2, the self-protector. You avoid tasks because they threaten your sense of identity. You fear failing or being judged, so you delay to protect your self-image. The third category, the drifter. You don't procrastinate because you're scared. You procrastinate because you're disconnected from your purpose. You're not lazy. You are uninspired. Each requires a different solution, and we are getting to that. So the part 6 to this is how do you break the procrastination loop? Not just now, but forever. I'm not going to give you shallow advice like work harder or set alarms. This is deeper, and it works because it reshapes the psychology behind your habits. Number 1, stop trying to get rid of procrastination. Understand what is protecting you from. What is protecting you from? Okay. Instead of forcing yourself to work, ask, what emotion am I avoiding? What outcome scares me? What identity am I trying to protect? Once you locate the fear, the resistance dissolves. Awareness is the antidote. Awareness is the antidote. So number 2, lower the weight of the first step. Most people do not do tasks because the first step feels too heavy. So do this. Make the first step embarrassingly small. Not study for 3 hours. Just open the book. Not go to the gym. Just put on your shoes. Not finish the project. Just write 1 sentence. Motion creates momentum. Momentum kills procrastination. Number 3, stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness is not something you feel, it's something you choose. The moment you act, even in uncertainty, your brain rewires itself. Start before clarity. Start before confidence. Start before the perfect moment. The perfect moment isn't coming. You know why? Because you create it. You create that perfect moment. Number 4, make discomfort familiar. Most procrastination is just fear of emotional discomfort. The more you expose yourself to small, uncomfortable tasks, the less intimidating big tasks become. Discomfort is a muscle. Train it. Number 5, change the way you see yourself. If your identity stays the same, your behavior will too. Your behavior will also stay the same. So tell yourself, am I someone who finishes things? Am I someone who honors my decisions? Am I someone who follows through? Identity comes first, actions follow. Habits solidify, then results appear. Number 6, redesign your environment to support action. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Remove friction, remove distractions, remove clutter, remove temptations. Make the desired action easier than the distracting one. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to the design of your environment. You fall to the design of your environment. So your environment matters. Number 7, create a future you are emotionally connected to. Procrastination thrives when your future feels vague or distant. Define the future you want, the person you want to become, the life you are building. When your future feels real, your present decision change. Procrastination dies when your vision becomes clear. So part 7 to this, which is the real truth. You don't lack discipline. You only lack clarity. You only lack clarity, not discipline. Most people think discipline is about forcing yourself to work. But discipline is actually the ability to make decisions aligned with the future you want, even when the present you doesn't feel like it. And you can only do that when you have clarity, purpose, emotional safety, a strong identity, a clear first step. Procrastination isn't the enemy. Confusion is. Fear is the enemy. Self-doubt is the enemy. Emotional overload is the enemy. Fix the root and procrastination will disappear naturally. So the part 8, which is my conclusion to all of this. Let me leave you with just this. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are a human being with a mind that tries to protect you, even when that protection is the very thing holding you back. Once you understand yourself deeply, your patterns, your fears, your identity, your life expands effortlessly. Procrastination begins to fade because you are no longer fighting yourself. You are aligned. And alignment creates momentum. Momentum creates consistency. Consistency creates transformation. That's the beginning of your new chapter. Not because you suddenly became more disciplined, but because you finally became more self-aware. Just tell me what you've learned in this video and which one are you going to put into practice. So see you next time, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed, because you'll be learning a lot from this channel. Bye.